My name is Luann Watrick, and you're watching Things to Do at the Grosse Pointe War Memorial. This show highlights all of the special classes and events that we do here. And today I have a guest that has been on the show before, and many of you will recognize her. And for those of you that have not taken one of her classes before, you're in for a treat when you take a class. I'm really happy to welcome to the show Dr. Lena Hatziklonoglu. I'm so proud that I can say your name.
Yes, great.
Welcome to the show, Dr. Lena. We're really happy to have you here.
Thank you, Luann. Good to be back.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we were talking before the interview, it seems like you were here like a month ago, and it was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk just a little bit at the beginning about your background, because I know for those that don't know you, you've got a fascinating background, very interesting, and it really ties into what you do here.
Exactly. As I've told you before, I'm Greek, born and raised in Greece, educated in Greece, and I came to this country for graduate school. I've been I got a PhD at Johns Hopkins in classics, and I've been in academia ever since, except that in '97 I left academia full-time, and I formed my own business in order to do what I love about classics the best way I can, and I'm inspired and passionate about it. And my mission with classics at this point is to make classics relevant to the world of today.
And I was fascinated, too, because when you were talking about, different topics that, we hear about in the classics, and when you tell the history behind it, it's like, oh, I didn't know that. So you really bring it to life, and you bring it from 2,000 or 3,000 years ago to 2006 or 7 or 8 or whatever,
exactly.
And it's really relevant.
Right, and as I told you, we were talking a little bit earlier that, last year we did a number of expressions like Achilles' heel, Pandora's box, beware of Greeks bearing gifts, or draconian measures and stuff like that. But this year what I would like to do is to bring some stories from Homer's The Odyssey, which is the world's perhaps first or second piece of literature.
Probably the greatest.
And one of the greatest. It's the greatest story ever told, as far as I'm concerned. So they're fascinating stories in there that I would like to bring to life here.
Well, let me just mention, I'm going to read it because I really don't want to make a mistake. The lecture that you're going to be doing is called The Journey to Ithaka, from Homer to Cavasi and Beyond. So what does that mean?
Exactly. Okay, so the thing is that people have heard the word Ithaka, like Ithaka, New York, where Cornell University is. Yes. However, they don't know there is more to it than Ithaka. And you may have noticed that, I spelled it with K versus C that people are familiar with because it's a Greek word. Okay. It's the name of a Greek island, and that Greek island to the west of Greece is supposed to be the island of Odysseus, the Greek hero of the Trojan War, who returns home, and it takes him 10 years to return home. During those years, he has a tremendous amount of adventures, and this epic, The Odyssey by Homer, is his journey home.
Okay. And you told me, too, the word Odyssey actually means journey, which I didn't know.
Exactly. Odyssey actually means the journey of Odysseus, because that's his name, which, of course, people might be more familiar with the word Ulysses, which is its Latin form of the name.
Thank you for saying that, because I didn't know that either.
But Odysseus is the main character, the main hero of the epic, and he returns from the Trojan War home, but it takes him 10 years. Now, this epic is full of adventure, as I said. Therefore, the word Odyssey has come to mean adventure, journey, coming home, and all these things. And, of course, the home is Ithaka.
Okay. If you're just joining me, my name is Luann Watrick, and I'm talking to Dr. Lena Hatziklonoglu, who's going to be doing a really interesting program here at the War Memorial. It's called The Journey to Ithaka, from Homer to Cavasi and Beyond. And you're just explaining to the audience what this is all about. It's about Homer's 10-year journey home.
And, of course, as we say in English, life is a journey, not a destination. And, of course, journey means much more than a trip. Going from here to there, it means exploration, it means learning, it means
the adventure of getting where you're going.
Exactly, and what you learn in the process.
I want to hold up your book, too, because I grabbed it. Let me grab it. I held it up I looked at it a few minutes ago, and This is very worn. You obviously have gone through it page by page, and what's interesting, you have many notes, all kinds of things underlined. It's actually falling apart, Dr. Lena. I think you need a new one.
Yes, I do.
But this is what you're basing your story on.
Yes. I mean, this is the story.
The story.
This is the story. And, of course, Ithaka is the home that he tries to get to. So, after we get through with the word, what Ithaka means and stuff like that, I would like to introduce my audience to the story, which is a fascinating story. And after that, we go into what that story is a metaphor for.
I like that.
Yeah, because there is a lot of symbolism and metaphor that, of course, a child can be fascinated by the story and stop there, but adults can go even beyond that, more deeply, and understand the metaphor, and then show how this metaphor has influenced the world, literature, art, and stuff like that. And we're going to show pictures in a PowerPoint presentation.
I know we're almost at the end of our interview, but I wanted to bring that out because I've seen your presentations. And you do bring a fabulous PowerPoint presentation. You also use a lot of artwork and all kinds of things, visual things to show people what you're talking about.
Yes. And therefore, and then after that, we've become familiar with, then we go into our own lives. And we understand, Kavafi is a modern Greek poet who has been influenced. He has written a poem called Ithaka, and based on the Odyssey, but then we'll see why is this important for our life today.
Well, Dr. Lena, as usual, we're out of time, but I'm really, glad that you were able to come in and just explain to the audience what it is you're going to be doing.
It's going to be a fascinating story.
Right.
I would be happy to have as many as they can.
Good. Well, we love to have you here, and what I was going to say is that if you haven't been to one of her lectures, she is sold out usually, so please make sure you book early. Give us a call at 881-7511. Visit us online at warmemorial.org or drop in and look for her lectures. It's Dr. Lena Hatziksonopoulos.
And they can also visit my website.
Yes.
www.hellenicvisions.com.
Good. And also I'm on your website, so that you can see me on her website.
Yes.
Great. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.